Okay, so next properties is display and visibility property. Display and visibility property in CSS. So this property specifies how an element is displayed, and the visibility property specifies if an element should be visible or hidden. Okay, first display property is specifies how an element is displayed, and visibility property specifies if an element should be visible or hidden. Or hidden. Okay, so visibility property. Sorry. Okay, so anyhow, the visibility property. So first of all, we have to know about this visibility property. So we need to specify like visibility uh, hidden. Okay, this is the property, and visibility is the property, and hidden is the value. Okay, hidden is the value, and hides an element. Hides an element, and but it will still take up the same space as before. It will still take up the space as before. Okay, so this property hides an element, but it will still take up the same space as before. Actually, it affects the layout. Okay, it will affect the layout. Visibility property affect the layout, and the element will be hidden and affect the the layout is affected, mess up the layout. Syntax, for example, you have one paragraph, sample 1, and the sample 2, sample 3. Okay, 3 paragraphs is there. ID P1, ID P3. Okay, for example, I don't want to visible this paragraph 2. Okay, we can write the CSS property like hash P2 visibility hidden. Okay, if you write this property, so the paragraph will hide. Okay, automatically paragraph hides this property hides an element, but uh, the same space is taken as before. Okay, if the paragraph is displayed uh, like the same space, okay, it will showing the same space as before in the browser. And the display property, we need to specify like this: display none. Like if you are using visibility property, To display element, hidden element, use visibility, visible. Okay, to display hidden elements, visibility hidden and visibility visible. This property is used to hide an element. This property is used to visible the hidden element. And display property, display none is used to hide an element, hides an element, but it will not take up the same space as before. But it will not take up any space as before. Okay, but it will not take up same space as before. If you are using display none property, hides an element, the page will be displayed as if the element is not there. Okay, page will be displayed if the element is not displayed, if the element is not there. And syntax is, so same paragraphs we can use, and use display property for paragraph 3 to display none. Okay, if you read this property, so hides an element, but there is no space between these two paragraphs, paragraph 1 and paragraph 3. But if you are using visibility hidden property, the same space as there, okay, between these two, paragraph 1 and paragraph 3. Okay, if you are using display none property, paragraph 2 is hidden, and space is, there is no space to be displayed between these two paragraphs, paragraph 1 and paragraph 3. Okay, so one example on this display, visibility.html. Okay, so take these three paragraphs. Okay, three paragraphs and some extra content we can take here. Three paragraphs, same content. Okay, so now, so we don't want to display these two paragraphs. Second paragraph, use paragraph 2 and visibility hidden. Okay, so now run this example. So paragraph 1 and paragraph 3, these two paragraphs are displaying. Okay, you can check here. So paragraph 1 is showing, and for paragraph 2, okay, same space is displaying as before. Okay, but paragraph is not displaying, but space is displaying, and paragraph 3 displaying. Okay, now we are using visibility hidden property to hide this second paragraph. Okay, paragraph is hidden, but it will still take up the same space as before for the second paragraph. Okay, it discuss is affect the layout, okay, in the page design. And if you use display none property to visible the hidden element, use visibility property. Okay, visible. So paragraph is displayed. The second paragraph is displaying. Use visibility hidden to hide the paragraph, and visible to display the paragraph, hidden paragraphs. Not the paragraph, any element like a div tag, span tag, paragraph. Okay, like any control, text box, button, any type of element we can use. And use display none property to hide paragraph, the second paragraph. Okay, paragraph 1 is displaying and paragraph 2 is not displaying. Okay, and there is no space between paragraph 3 and paragraph 1. Okay, only two paragraphs are displaying. So if you use display block, okay, hidden paragraphs will display. The display block, display none. Use it to display hidden elements. Okay, these are the two properties in CSS, display and visibility properties. Okay, they both are used to hide the elements, but the small difference is there, visibility and display property. So display property will not take up any space as before, and visibility property take up the same space as before. Next, fixed position property. Fixed position property. So this property allows us to specify, allows us to specify uh, allows us to specify fixed position to HTML elements in the browser. So use fixed position property and fixed value. Okay, to specify the fixed position. Yeah, we can use the display property in navigation bars also. So I will explain that display and navigation example. Next, use fixed positions are three types, like a fixed position and relative position. Three types. First one fixed, and second one relative, and third one is absolute. Okay, these are the three types positions. So fixed property, fixed is used to set the fixed position for the HTML elements, and relative a relative position element is positioned relative to its normal position. Okay, to its normal position. So the property is syntax is position relative, and next absolute. This relative and absolute is an element with position absolute. An element is with the position absolute is position relative to the nearest positioned element. Okay, nearest positioned element. Syntax is use position property and absolute value. Okay, so now one example on these three positions. Positions.html. So take this. So copy this paragraph also. Okay, so we have one paragraph and two div elements, and use fixed property for paragraph 1. So I want to use position fixed property, and the position is from top 40 pixel and from right 30 pixel. Okay, and color. Okay, paragraph color, text color is use this color. So this paragraph is from the position is from top 40 pixel, from right 30 pixel, and the position is fixed. Open this. Okay, you see here. So actually, if you not specify this property, okay, if you remove this property, position fixed, okay, this paragraph 2. Okay, paragraph 2 is displaying in paragraph 1, paragraph 2. Okay, remove this. So paragraph is normally displaying aligned to left side, but we use this property position fixed. Okay, from top 40 pixel, from right 30 pixel is the position, and the position is fixed. Okay, if you insert a number of paragraphs here, like number of div elements, Okay, the but paragraph 1 position is not changed. Okay, you can see this paragraph is position is not changing. You can insert one more div tag. See, this paragraph is displaying in the same position. Okay, the position is not changing, so that is fixed position. Next position, relative and absolute position. So div 1, the div 2, div 3, div 4 here. Okay, and div 5. So now I want to apply uh, relative and absolute positions for div 4 and div 5. Div 4 position relative, and the text color is red color. Next div height, div height is just 50 pixels, and width 40 pixels. Okay, so this is div 4 is relative position, and div 5 is absolute position. Color blue, and height same height and width. Okay, now refresh this example. So div 4 is relative position, and div 5 is absolute position. So where is div 5? Div 5 here. Okay, background. So both div 4 and div 5 both are displaying in the same position. Okay, but this paragraph position is fixed position. Okay, if you scroll this, okay, this paragraph position is not changing. Okay, that is fixed position. Next, overflow property. So overflow property specifies this property is specifies what happens if content is if content overflows an an element element box. Okay, so element box nothing but div tag, so you can use div tag for the box. So if you specify the height and width for the div tag, sometimes the content is overflows. Okay, to overcome to overcome this issue, we can use overflow property to apply the scroll for the div tag. Okay, so use syntax overflow scroll. Okay, use this property to apply scrolling for the div tag. For sometimes, um, for example, if you have one div tag and the div tag contains a large uh, content to display, and div tag height and width is small, like 100 pixel or 200 pixel, like that. And sometimes, if the content is large, sometimes the content is overflows from the div tag. Okay, so in that scenario, you can use overflow scroll property to apply the scrolling for the div tag, so that the content is not overflows from the div. So for example, take one div tag overflow.html form. Okay, div tag, and insert large content here in div tag. So assume that this is the content in div tag. Okay, large content to display in the browser, but div height is only 200, otherwise 300. Okay, fine. And background color and margin padding. Okay, so now run this example. So this is content is overflowing from the div tag. The content is overflow. So in that scenario, to overcome this issue, use overflow property scroll. Okay, and refresh this example. Okay, so this div tag scroll is applied, and also we can use overflow property to hidden elements are visible. Okay, hidden hidden elements to visible, and visible elements to hidden are scroll or auto. So all these are values for the overflow and initial and inherit. Okay, so all these are values for the overflow. You can use visible, hidden, scroll, auto, initial, and inherit. So this property, this value is used to visible the hidden elements, and this property is used to uh, hidden the visible elements. This value is used to apply the scrolling for the div tags, like HTML elements, and this is auto for scrolling. And the next one important topic is image sprite concept. The image sprite concept. So image sprite is a collection of images put into a single image. Okay, so collection of images put into a single image, and so the main uses of this image sprite concept, sometimes the web page with many images. Okay, for example, uh, your website contains a number of images. Okay, it will take a long time to load in the browser. Okay, it will generate multiple server requests. So to overcome this, uh, the button on server, we can use image sprite. So this is the image, so it's a collection of images, and the collection of images into a single image, and your application is loading fastly, and this reduce the number of server requests also. So search in Google like uh, social icons, sprite images. Okay, social icons, image sprite. So click on images, you can see here. So all these are images, a collection of images put into a single image. For example, you can see this image. So in this image contains Facebook, RSS, LinkedIn, Pinterest, share it, okay, YouTube, Twitter. So all these images is there. Okay, you can use only one image, this one image, to display these icons in different places. Okay, wherever you want to display Facebook icon, you can display only this Facebook icon. If you want to display LinkedIn icon, you can display only this icon. Okay, so that is the image sprite concept. So when you open the website, only this image is loading, and this reduce the burden on server, and uh, it will not take a long time to load and generate the multiple server requests. Image sprite is a collection of images put into a single image. Okay, single image, and uses of this concept is a web page with many images. A web page with many images can take long time to load, long time to load, and it will generate multiple server requests. It will generate multiple server requests. Okay, for example, if you are using different images for this, okay, Facebook different image, and LinkedIn different image, Pinterest different image. Okay, all these are separate images. So to load all these images, it will take a long time to load all these images. Okay, if you are using only single image, so it will not generate the multiple server request, right? So that's why, so image sprite concept is very important to implement websites. So already one example I explained to the previous sessions. So I will show that example. Okay, here one image is there, social circle. So copy this image and paste here. Okay, you can see that image. So this is our image. Okay, now image is displaying here. Same image. So whatever you seen in Google Images, so that is same image. So create one HTML form. Image spread.html. So copy this HTML code and remove all these things. Okay, so now we have empty image, empty HTML form. So image sprite. So this is the menu. Okay, you can assume that just I want to display uh, different images for Facebook icon, for YouTube icon, for LinkedIn icon. Okay, so now so write some CSS properties. So class is menu is the class name. Okay, you can observe here. Menu is the class name. List item style. List style type none. Okay, for main class list style type none. And second one is in menu class we have li tags, right? In menu class we have li tag. This is the menu class. In the menu class we have li tags, list items. For this list items, padding 5 pixel. Okay, for each and every list item padding 5 pixel. And font size is 16 pixels. Okay, so font size is 16 pixels. And the second one is menu class we have li tag. In li tag we have anchor tag. You can observe here. In menu class we have li tag. In the li tag we have anchor tag. Okay, for each and every li element anchor tags is there. For anchor tag height is 50 pixels. uh, Line height is also 50 pixels. Okay, each and every line height is 50 pixels, so not 5 pixels. Next one is next one is display inline block. Okay, inline block. Next, background. So background property and URL of what is that image name, social circle, social circle dot png. Okay, so now you run this example, you will get some idea. So links are displaying, okay, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. For real-time example, use CyberSys website. Okay, open CyberSys website. You can see here, uh, social icons are displaying here. Okay, this is separate image, this is separate image, this is separate image, this is separate image. Okay, all these images are displaying in wherever you want. Okay, for Facebook, Facebook icon, LinkedIn, LinkedIn icon, Twitter, Twitter icon. So like this, images are showing. For here also, you want to display Facebook icon, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So background image is applied, but we didn't mention position for the links. Here uh, background is mentioned, right? Background URL image is mentioned. Now we have to mention position for Facebook image and YouTube image and LinkedIn image. In menu class, ally tag, in ally tag, anchor tag. In ally tag we have div tag. So div tag with the class name is Facebook. Okay. So now use background position. Use background position property and apply some example pixels. Okay, 10 pixel and 20 pixel. So we have to change the positions. This is top side and this is right side, right? See here, image position is what happened here. CSS social circle.png file not found. SOCAL. So here underscore, right? Not hyphen. Okay, now images are displaying here. You can see. So now change the position. For Facebook, in menu class, ally tag, anchor tag, and div tag, Facebook, right? but the image is not moving. What happens here? So one more property we can use here. Padding left. Padding left is 60 pixels, and the background image is no repeat. Okay, background is not repeat. So now images will move. You can see here image is again image is not moving. Class name also same, Facebook. Facebook. Go to 3 pixels.
Hey, Ranu.
It is not moving. Line height to display number, padding left 56 pixels. Color is not mandatory. Font size is 50 pixels. Padding 5 pixels. Padding 5 pixels. Font size 16 pixels. And line height 50 and height 57. And the display inline block, padding left 56 pixels. Color width, so all are fine. And URL of socialcircle.png and no repeat. So remove this. So check this once. So 47 and here minus 26 pixels. Is not coming. So change this value. Okay, minus 94. And here also same, minus 94. And apply class name hover class. So now you can check this in browser. Refer this example and you can check here. Okay, so this is the example for image sprite. Okay, use only single image, so that image contains number of images, and use that image to display image wherever you want, and you can change the background position of that particular image to display the particular icon or particular image. Okay, this is for only sample menu. Okay, like social icons. So in this example we are showing Facebook icon, YouTube icon, and LinkedIn icons only. Okay, you can find out number of images in Google, and you can do one example like this. Okay, so display images as you like, and otherwise you can create your own images also. Okay, using Adobe, okay, Photoshop, and you can create your own images, and you can apply that image to your HTML elements as a background by changing background position.